And does anything happen between the sessions?
Yes, oftentimes I ask people to, depending on what came up, I very frequently give people homework. Oftentimes early in the process, maybe after the first session, but not always, I encourage people to take the VIA survey or another strength survey of their choice. I think mostly the VIA because it's the one I know best and because it's free. So I think there are other very good inventories that I'm curious about, like strengths too, but and most people prefer to take one that's available for free, and it's in Spanish also.
It's also okay.
It's also in Spanish, though a lot of my clients are bilingual. So oftentimes people come with I give them that homework, and it's very exciting then afterwards to go.
When you adapt things to fit the client, what do? Like, do you have any principles you follow, or any ideas about it, or?
No, it's again, I hate to sound repetitive, but I think it depends. For example, somebody who didn't like to write, she asked me, well, I really hate writing. I don't think I can do the writing exercise. And I remembered Pennebaker's studies that showed that talking into a recorder was equally effective as writing in terms of people dealing with trauma. So I just thought, well, what, do you have a recorder? Yes, I have my cell phone. Then why don't you just record them every night? That hasn't been tested. I don't know if it would be considered a positive psychology intervention. I didn't just invent it. I did remember some research that has shown that talking into a recorder is equally effective for something else. So we did it, and she thought it was helpful.
Right.
So I think it depends on the situation. Let me think what else. I'm trying to think of other. Working with strengths sometimes with people who don't have access to a computer, which is rarer today, but it can happen. We can just do it. I think the VIA is great, and I love to use it, but I wouldn't say if I don't have the VIA, then we can't talk about strengths. You can tell people, well, character strengths are defined as these things that are almost universal. They're appreciated for what in and of themselves, and we can develop them. And some examples are love of learning, curiosity. So which would you say are some, or I could show them the list of strengths. Which would you say if you had to guess or bet, which would be your strengths? Which would you say? Yeah. So it's not that I'm recommending that instead of the VIA, but I'm saying if you don't have it with you, or you can't say, well, sorry, now I cannot work on strengths because I don't have the questionnaire. So I'm trying to think of how other ways that I adapt things. Somebody changed the gratitude visit, and this was her idea. They were going to have a family reunion, and she had been talking about how grateful she was to a family member, and she decided to do like a round of gratitude at the family reunion. And she did it, and then told me afterwards. So that in that case it was the client, and it was beautiful. She said everybody was crying around the table about it, because she expressed her gratitude to many of her family members. So I don't know. I'm kind of but in short, no, I don't have like a protocol of how to adapt this. It's very, as one of my clients likes to say, very organic.
Yeah.